Good morning, students, staff, and guests. At this time, we'd like to welcome the veterans who have made a great impact here at North Middle School. Please give them a big Trojan welcome. Thank you. At this time, please stand for the national anthem presented by the North Hardin Band and the presentation of the colors by North Hardin JROTC. You may be seated. When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner almost 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. These words are as true today as they were then. Throughout this nation's history, America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, and to turn back aggressors. We can never fully repay the debt of gratitude to more than 650,000 American service members who died in battle, or the 1.4 million who were wounded. We can, however, recognize and thank the 25 million veterans still living today. These words are inscribed in the Korean War Memorial in Washington, D.C. Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and people they never met. Those words apply equally to many of our World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, and Gulf War veterans as well. They apply to today's active duty service members, tomorrow's veterans who are helping maintain peace throughout the world. Today it is our privilege to say thank you to all of America's veterans, to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay for it. Today, we celebrate Americans' veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and home of the brave. We would like all service members in the gymnasium to please stand. Let's give these brave ladies and gentlemen a round of applause. These are the veterans who have made a great impact on North Middle School, our community, and our country. Thank you so much for your service. You may be seated. We have two very special veterans with us today who have made a tremendous impact on North Middle School and the Radcliffe community. Our first speaker is one of our very own. She served in the Army for 3 years prior to starting her family. She is a wife and mother of 6. Following her time in the Army, she graduated with her bachelor's degree from Western Kentucky University and her master's degree from Georgetown. She has been a North Middle Trojan for 6 years. She has an overflowing heart and it shows every day in the classroom. Please give a warm welcome to our very own Ms. Tiandra Parker.
Good morning, North Middle. First of all, I want to thank our fellow veterans, and I also would be remiss if I did not mention my family. My in-laws who are with me today, both of them retired military, my husband who retired in May, my son who is stationed in Texas, and my daughter that's stationed in Virginia. So I really wanted to acknowledge all of them as well. I wanted to give you a brief overview of who Ms. Parker is and who she was before she came to North Middle. I came from a very dysfunctional family. I had a real bad attitude. And by the time I was in my sophomore year of high school, I realized I needed discipline. And so I made up in my mind that I would join the military. My junior year, I joined the Army Reserves, and I left for the military 10 days after I graduated. It was the best decision that I made. I want to share with you some of the lessons that I took away from the military. And you guys are going to have to help me. So after each lesson, I tell you about my lesson, you're going to have to repeat the lesson. So I'll tell you what the lesson is, and then you're going to repeat it at the end. The first one was, authority is authority. Say that with me. Authority is authority. Because I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, I had a real issue with authority. So going to the military, the first thing you do is you learn that authority is authority. That's a lesson that served me well, and it took me a while to get that. And so my 8th graders know, because I hone in on that every day. Authority is authority. You don't have to like the authority. You don't have to agree with the authority. You must submit to the authority. What you do is you submit to the position in which they seat. I'm going to say that again. You submit to the position in which they're seated. That applies to all of us. Authority is authority. Say it with me. Authority is authority. The second one was that peer pressure can be good. In the military, there is a lot of peer pressure to do what's right, because if you don't, everybody gets dropped. That means push-ups. And you don't want to be the one that makes everyone have to do push-ups. So the next thing that I learned was that peer pressure can be good. Say that with me. Peer pressure can be good. The next one I learned is the struggle is real. You guys, when I went to the military, I weighed maybe 100 pounds, just barely. And I did things that I never thought I could do, such as the gas chamber, road marches, and the rucksack was just as big as I was, living in the field, and digging foxholes. The struggle is real. Say that with me. And then fairly quickly, I realized that my comrades were my family. You guys, when you go to basic training in AIT and then you're, living your life in the military, which I was reservist, but during that time that I was at basic and AIT, they became my family. And anybody that's in the audience or even our service members over here, your military family becomes your family. What are we here at North Middle, you guys? We're what? Family. We are a family. They became my family. We're in it together. Doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. Did we get to choose our family? No. But they are our family. And so I realized that pretty quickly. They're my family. The next thing that I realized was that I was proud to be a part. When I put on that green uniform, and I was back in the time when the uniforms were green, I thought I was too cute. That's when we had to spit shine our boots. It was none of this stuff that they have now. So we literally had to spit shine our boots, and I'd spit shine my boots, and I had on that green military uniform, and I thought I was too cute. Loved it. I was proud to be a part. North Middle, I want you to be proud to be a part of our school. We're Trojans, the best middle school in Hardin County. And then it was also important to know and follow the regulations. Now, anybody that's been in the military know that there's regulation after regulation after regulation, and there's a regulation for the regulation. We not only had to know them, but we had to follow those. And if you didn't follow the regulations, there was a price to pay. You guys, what do we have to do? What do we do? Know and follow the regulations. Say it with me. Know and follow the regulations. Know the school rules, follow them. No cell phones except for lunch. Military life, it is what you put in it. What you put in it is what you'll get out of it. And I learned that pretty quickly. If I gave half effort, that's what I received. If I gave full effort on my PT test, that's what I received. I had a drill sergeant when I got off the bus and we finally got to our units. He said to me, my last name was Hubbard at the time. He said, Hubbard, by the time you leave here, you're gonna be able to do as many push-ups as a man. I was like, You guys, I couldn't do quite as many as a man as far as maxing out, but I could do a lot of push-ups. Because he saw something. He saw that I could do it. So military life was what I put into it. I want to go back over these, you guys. Number one, authority is authority. Say it with me. Authority is authority. You guys, you must submit to the authority put over you. You don't have to like them. You don't even have to agree. You just have to submit. Peer pressure can be good. Say that with me. Peer pressure can be good. You guys, sometimes when we see those other people and the majority of them are doing the right thing, that's a good peer pressure. And we all need that. We all need those people around us that will give us that good peer pressure to do the right thing. I call it accountability. And then the struggle is real. Say that with me. The struggle is real. You guys, I want you to struggle here. Because if you're struggling, that means you're beginning to learn. It is not until we struggle that we begin to learn. When it comes easy, I haven't learned it because I didn't have to struggle. But when I have to struggle for something, I know it. I had to struggle. I had to struggle through the runs. Literally, I'd run, and the thing that would get me through our runs is, I get to eat after this. I get to eat after this. That's literally what I thought. I get to eat. The struggle was real. We are family. Do y'all want me to sing 8th grade? We are family. Repeat that with me. We are family. We are family. You guys, we don't have to love like everybody, but we do have to be a family. We have to have each other's best interests at heart. And then we have to be proud to be a part of. Are you guys proud to be a Trojan? That sounded horrible. Are you proud to be a Trojan? I am proud to be a Trojan. I love this school. This is my tribe right here. This is my tribe. There is no other middle school in Hardin County that I think is the best except for North Middle. You have to know and follow the regulations. Say that with me. You have to know and follow the regulations. Let's be rule followers. All of us. And last but certainly not least, what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. Say that with me. Do you come in every day willing to give 100%? If you said no, change it tomorrow. Start today. Start today. Give 100%. I promise you, you will not ever be sad about giving 100%. And this is what I truly believe, you guys. I believe if I learn just a little bit each day, I'm further along than I was the day before. Do you understand that? Sometimes we give up. But if I learn just a little bit today, I'm further along than I was the day before. Give it your all. I want to end by saying this. North Middle, you are amazing. Every one of you. Not only am I proud to have served my country, I am proud to serve you. You rock. My coworkers, you rock. We have the best teachers at North Middle. We have the best students at North Middle. We have the best administration at North Middle. We have the best cafeteria staff at North Middle. We are the best. I love you guys.
Our next speaker is no stranger to most of us. Retired First Sergeant Neal Gibbs entered the Army in February 7, 1984, and attended basic training and advanced individual training at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and was awarded MOS of 19th Delta Cavalry Scout. First Sergeant Neal Gibbs has numerous positions throughout his career that include team leader, squad leader, section sergeant, platoon sergeant, Support Operation NCOIC, Battalion Operation NCOIC, and First Sergeant. He has served in the 3rd Infantry Division, Schweinfurt, Germany, 1st Armored Division, Büdingen, Germany, 2nd Division, Infantry Division, Camp Casey, Republic of Korea, 2nd Infantry Division, Camp Gary Owen, Republic of Korea, and 1st Armored Training Battalion, Fort Knox, Kentucky. His military education includes Drill Sergeant School, Primary Leadership Development Course, Basic Non-Commissioned Officer Course, Advanced Non-Commissioned Officer Course, and the United States Army First Sergeant's Course. His civilian education includes an associate's degree in general studies, Bachelor's of Arts in Business, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, and is currently pursuing school administration at rank 1 from the Western Kentucky University. First Sergeant Neal Gibbs awards and decorations include the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medal 5 Oak Leaf Clusters, Joint Service Commendation Medal, and Army Commendation Medal 8 Oak Leaf Clusters, Army Achievement Award 10 Silver 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, President Unit Citation, Joint Meritorious Unit Award 3 Oak Leaf Clusters, Meritorious Unit Commendation Valorous Unit Award 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, Meritorious Unit Award 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, Army Superior Unit Award, Army Good Conduct Medal, 3 Silver Knights, National Defense Service Medal, 1 Bronze Star, Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Korean Defense Service Medal, Armed Forces Service Medal, Humanitarian Service Medal, 1 Bronze Star, NCO Professional Development Ribbon, numeral 4, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, numeral 6, NATO Ribbon, and Drill Sergeant Badge. He is also a member of the prestigious Sergeant Morales and Audie Murphy Club. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome back, one of our favorites of all time, Mr. Neal Gibbs.
Good morning. If you are a veteran, please stand. Students, if your parents or guardian are a veteran, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Please have a seat. As most of you know, my name is Mr. Gibbs, and it's truly an honor to be your guest speaker here this morning on Veterans Day at North Middle School. I would like to thank Mr. Lohman, the veterans, the staff, and the students for allowing me this great opportunity. As you know, I'm extra and different. Okay, so I'm gonna do things a little different today. I'm not gonna talk about what I think Veterans Day means to me. I'm gonna talk about some things that I think you need to hear. As an educator and an administrator, I want to ask you and challenge you to help us carry on the tradition and respect that we as veterans have for this great country that we live in. I feel like we are losing the foundation that this nation is built on. And one of those building blocks of the foundation is our veterans and what we stand for. We stand for a lot of things. And I'm gonna talk about 3. Freedom, sacrifice, and honor. But before I do that, I gotta go over a few things, okay? So I talk to myself a lot. So when I say to myself, you have to say self. So we're gonna try this. When I talk to myself, I say, self. I'm a little weak. Sometimes I talk to myself, okay, good. Next thing is, when I say, give them a hand, I want you to go, pull. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. I see you, trying to read. Give them a hand. Now, I got my 6th graders over here, 7th and 8th graders, correct? All right, so 6th graders. Freedom. Somebody tell me what freedom means. Go. Okay. Right? Not being judged for who you are. What you got, young man? Okay. So, 6th graders, when I say, you gotta listen, guys. I'm gonna say red 1. You're gonna say freedom. Red 1. Freedom. Red 1. Freedom. All right. That's good grouping. So, 7th graders, where you in the middle? Sacrifice. All right. Tell me what that means to sacrifice. What? What do you mean? Give away something for a greater cause. Okay, so sacrifice is your word. When I say ready to, y'all can say sacrifice. Got it? Go. Ready to. Sacrifice. Ready 1. Sacrifice. Ready 1. Freedom. Ready 2. Sacrifice. All right, 8th graders. Your word is honor. Somebody give me a definition of what honor means. Being honest. Highly respectable. All right. Okay. So, ready 3, honor. Ready 3. Ready 1. Ready 1. Ready 2. Ready 3. Okay. All together now. When I say ready 4, is for everyone. We're going to say thank you, veterans. Okay? Ready 4. Ready 4. Ready 4. All right. Throughout my speech, I will be saying numbers. So make sure you pay attention so you can know what to say correctly. I am challenging you to stand up when the Pledge of Allegiance is being played and to think about your future. Ready? 1. I challenge you, the future leaders of America, to be proud of America and stand up for what is right. Ready? 2. I challenge you to not let the dreams and the sacrifice and the hard work that the veterans have worked so hard so they won't be disrespected or dishonored. Ready? 4. Ready? 4. I challenge you to think about others instead of yourself. Ready? 1. I challenge you to make every day better by having a positive attitude and outlook on life. Ready? 3. And lastly, I challenge you to thank a veteran for their dedication and sacrifice to our great nation. Ready? 4. Sometimes I say to myself, Veterans Day is a day to remind us of how great our country is. We get complacent and we forget because our future is so easy. Getting them new J's, the new iPhone, the new cars. But none of them things could be possible without our veterans. I stand in front of you today to please continue to remember and challenge your friends. Do not forget where you came from. Thank you, and have a great day. Trojan Nation.
Next, we would like to welcome Sergeant T.C. Matthews and the North Hardin Junior ROTC as they lead us in honoring those who were prisoners of war and missing in action.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, the North Hardin High School Army Junior ROTC Honor Guard will now present the POW MIA Missing Man Ceremony. This is commanded by Command Sergeant Maynor Chris Haley, and the members of the Honor Guard are Cadet Colonel Mackenzie Malwalk, Cadet Master Sergeant Katera Arnold, Cadet Master Sergeant Zachary Sheets, Cadet Captain Alana Hamilton, and I'm Cadet Captain Vieja Ramblett. I've been given the privilege and honor of acknowledging this table and introducing it. This table represents and pays tribute to all the prisoners of war, missing in action, and killed from all American involvement in her wars, including World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Operations Desert Storm, Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom, and more. Many have looked at this table and wondered. Let me explain. This table set for 5 symbolizes the frailty of all the prisoners against their oppressors. Remember, the tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of our country's call to arms. Remember, the single candle displayed in the center of the table is symbolic of the families and loved ones who are kept waiting for those so dear to them. Remember, the red ribbon tied so prominently around the candle represents the ribbon worn around the label and on the breasts of the many thousands who bear witness to unyielding determination to demand a proper accounting of our missing and return of all Americans from foreign soil. Remember, the salt on the bread is symbolic of the tears of the families as they wait for those so dear to them. Remember, the lemon represents the bitterness of their fate. Remember, the glasses are inverted. They cannot toast with us this morning. Remember, the chairs are empty, for they are not here. Remember, all you who served with them and called them your brothers and sisters, you who depended on their might and strength, you who relied upon them. Remember, for surely they have not forgotten you.
I want to give one last thank you to our veterans, and I want to thank our staff and our students. As Ms. Parker said, we truly do have an amazing school, the best school. There's no place I would rather be. And I hope that you would feel the exact same way, and you only get out of it what you put into it. We've learned a lot this morning from both of our guest speakers. And I would also like to thank the North Hardin Band and the North Hardin ROTC for coming and doing our presentation.